decode the red file. Every line, a truth they tried to erase.
First half of October 2025 marked one of the most serious flare-ups between Pakistan and Afghanistan since the Taliban's return to power in Kabul. What began as a limited counter-terrorism operation by Pakistan soon evolved into an intense border confrontation. It exposed the fragile state of bilateral trust and the deep security divide that continues to shape relations between the two countries. For years, Pakistan has maintained that the banned Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan operates from Afghan territory, using it as a launching pad for deadly cross-border attacks. Despite repeated assurances from Kabul, Islamabad insists that the TTP leadership continues to enjoy sanctuary inside Afghanistan under the watch of Taliban regime. The resurgence of TTP activities since 2021 has claimed hundreds of Pakistani lives, including soldiers, policemen, and civilians. Pakistan's position has remained consistent. If the Afghan Taliban wishes to be treated as a responsible government, it must ensure that Afghan soil is not used to destabilize a neighboring state. Multiple rounds of diplomatic engagement and intelligence sharing were undertaken, but no substantial action followed. By early October 2025, Pakistan's patience had worn thin. On October 9, Pakistan launched a series of precision airstrikes deep inside Afghan territory. Targets included Kabul, Khost, Jalalabad, and Paktika. Senior TTP commanders were hit, including the group's chief Noor Wali Mahsood. The strikes were part of Pakistan's expanding counter-terrorism strategy. Officials stated that Afghanistan has become a base of operations against Pakistan. The state had an obligation to protect its citizens from cross-border terrorism. For Islamabad, this was not a war against Afghanistan. It was a defensive measure against a terrorist network the Afghan government had failed to restrain. The situation deteriorated on the night of October 11. The Afghan Taliban launched unprovoked attacks on multiple Pakistani border outposts. Heavy fighting erupted, lasting through the night. Artillery and small arms exchanges continued along several sections of the frontier. Pakistan's Ministry of Defense confirmed the loss of 23 soldiers and 29 others were injured. It was one of the most significant casualty tolls in recent years. Islamabad responded forcefully. The Pakistan Army's retaliatory fire, supported by air assets and precision ground strikes, reportedly inflicted over 200 casualties on Taliban fighters and affiliated TTP militants. Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi condemned the Afghan action as reckless and unprovoked. He warned that Pakistan would deliver a befitting response to any further aggression. Following a brief lull, hostilities reignited on October 14. Clashes were reported in Pakistan's Kurram district and across the border in Afghanistan's Paktika and Spin Boldak regions. On October 15, exchanges of artillery fire caused civilian casualties on both sides. Afghan officials accused Pakistan of targeting residential areas. Islamabad firmly rejected this claim. All strikes, it said, were directed at militant hideouts. According to ISPR, the forces effectively repulsed multiple attempts by Afghan militants to breach the border. 15 to 20 hostile fighters were neutralized. Despite the escalation, the Pakistan Army maintained discipline and restraint. It signaled its willingness to avoid civilian harm while defending national territory. By mid-October, the fighting had largely subsided. Diplomatic intervention by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and China helped calm tensions. These countries urged both sides to exercise restraint and focus on dialogue. While the guns have temporarily fallen silent, the underlying tension persists. Pakistan has closed its major border crossings at Torkham and Chaman. Trade and travel are suspended. Thousands of civilians and traders remain stranded. The government has intensified border security measures, reinforcing post and surveillance systems to prevent further intrusions. Field Marshal General Asim Munir visited the front lines soon after the clashes. He commended the troops for their professionalism. He reaffirmed that Pakistan's armed forces would defend every inch of national territory. His visit sent a clear message. Pakistan prefers peace, but it is fully capable of decisive military action if provoked. Diplomatically, Pakistan has urged the Afghan leadership to honor its commitment under international norms. It must ensure that no group uses Afghan soil for terrorism against Pakistan. Peaceful coexistence depends on reciprocal responsibility, not rhetoric. The Afghan Taliban, however, deny harboring TTP fighters. They accuse Pakistan of violating Afghan sovereignty. This mutual distrust has created a dangerous vacuum. Militants on both sides exploit it. Analysts warn that without a clear framework for security cooperation, such flare-ups could become frequent. They threaten regional stability and projects like the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The October 2025 clashes underscore Pakistan's hardening security posture. Islamabad has made it clear that its tolerance for cross-border terrorism has reached its limit. The issue is not confrontation with the Afghan state. It is the elimination of terrorist sanctuaries that threaten Pakistan's peace and stability. The message from Islamabad is unambiguous. Pakistan seeks regional stability, but peace cannot come at the cost of its security. If the Afghan Taliban wish to preserve goodwill and legitimacy, they must act decisively against the TTP. Until then, Pakistan's resolve remains firm. It will defend its borders, safeguard its people, and pursue peace from a position of strength.